Hello Internet and welcome back to the most inquisitive channel on YouTube, Life's Biggest Questions, and it's a pretty big one today if you're familiar with the bizarre multiverse of the SCP Foundation. I'm not going to lie, there is a lot to it. What's going on, guys? As always, I'll be your disembodied floating voice, Jack Finch, as we forget all about the Illuminati because, listen up guys, they're small fry compared to what lurks its bulbous head beneath the shadowy sex of civilization. Hold on to your hats because we're doing it as we ask the question, what if the Sarkic cult was real?
Thou hast begun thy transition.
Thou hast begun thy transition.
Thou hast begun thy transition.
Now, it's important to note that the word cult was used more for dramatic effect, shall we say. A better phrasing would be the Sarkic religion or Sarkicism, but that's by the by, and I'm not in the business of offending anyone, particularly not any anomalous occultist organizations, that's for sure. Let's not get bogged down with semantics because there are some absolutely mammoth themes that we're going to have to traverse over the next 7 or so minutes, the majority of which serve as a linchpin to the SCP Foundation and its mythos that makes up its entire established universe. Well, multiverse. Before we indoctrinate ourselves with that though, folks, you all know the drill by now. If you're a fan of this video, the SCP Foundation, Sarkicism, the mystical properties of flesh, or just life's biggest questions in general, then demonstrate your arcane propensity and hit that thumbs up button as well as that subscribe bell so you can stay inundated with our SCP based uploads. If you'd like to get in touch with myself or the creative team here at LBQ, then go ahead and take a peek at the info box down below. The beacons are lit, the war of the flesh has arrived. On with the show. Now, where do we even begin with Sarkicism, a religious, philosophical system that encompasses a variety of traditions, beliefs, and spiritual practices, largely based on the teachings of Grand Karcist Yon, the Foundation's version of Jesus Christ, Moses, and the Prophet Muhammad all rolled into one. It's perhaps the broadest theme in the entirety of the SCP Foundation, established by eons of history, cryptic origins, and practice anomalous religions. It's also important to note that followers of his teaching are split into two opposing branches, Proto-Sarkicism and Neo-Sarkicism. And yeah, don't get the two mixed up either because they'll be pretty pissed. Either way though, both of these camps are agreed on several things when it comes to their religion. They both practice ritual cannibalism, human sacrifice, corporeal augmentation, thaumaturgy, dimensional manipulation, and have no problem forming blood pacts with otherworldly entities. So it is then that the best way to explain this flesh-based philosophical lexicon would to be at the start, its creation story. Sarkic cosmology is pretty bleak, and as far as it's concerned, existence is on the lowest pecking order of importance. Life is a brute form, corruptible, discordant, and devoid of any higher purpose. The principal power in the universe is Yaldabaoth, the God-Eater, the womb of chaos. Remember I spoke about those two opposing branches? Yeah, well, Neo-Sarkites revere this entity, worshipping its base desire to consume and destroy. On the other hand, Proto-Sarkites often describe it as the true enemy of all people, viewing it with fear and disgust and regarding it as both the creator and destroyer of all life. Now enter Grand Karcist Yon, the savior of Sarkicism, who somehow usurped control of this cosmic entity, wearing the flesh of the old god as an armor and ushered in a new age in the ancient times of our planet. Again, Proto-Sarkites hold Yon as their ultimate savior. They worship him with reverence and take his teachings to remain steadfast in an ever-changing world. On the other hand, Neo-Sarkites take Yon's life as an example of their own apotheosis. If he can rise to the power of killing an old god, then so can they. Now, if I'm being honest, the Proto-Sarkites are pretty chill dudes. Yeah, they might sacrifice a few human beings now and then and cultivate flesh like a bonsai tree, but they're harmless enough. They're just waiting for their savior to return and usher them into a new paradise. The real bulk of this question resides with the Neo-Sarkites and the possibility that they could actually, hypothetically speaking, be active right now in our own society, and we'd never even know it until it was too late. If we could offer a real world parallel, then Neo-Sarkites would be the Illuminati on crack times a million, whereas Proto-Sarkites renounce any form of technology, opting to live a simpler life based on the teachings of the flesh. Neo-Sarkites are much more cosmopolitan. They embrace technology and modernity, often found in heavily populated cities, living the same life as the people that they pass on the street. They're Wall Street bankers, high-flying socialites, governors, and politicians. The reason that they can operate though is that they exist in a vacuum, each cult revolving around an ancient family, unified by incest and familial bonds. In theory then, could the Neo-Sarkites exist in today's society? Well, yes. Now don't get me wrong, let's eschew the thought of a new world order and not get bogged down in that whole kerfuffle, but it is safe to say that there are some very influential families on this planet that we know next to nothing about. The Rothschild, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Morgan family, collective groups that enjoy the wealth of secrecy. As the SCP Foundation record states, they have knowledge of a Sarkic organization known as Adatum's Wake, thought to be the oldest Neo-Sarkite organization in North America, with evidence of their existence dating back as far as 1650. Up until 1952, the group was led by Cornelius P. Bodfell III, a millionaire industrialist with an acute interest in the occult. This group was often dismissed by the Foundation as being a decadent upper-class social club, much like how the likes of Bohemian Grove, the Skull and Bones Society, and Hellfire Club are viewed in our society. And in reality, there lies the rub. The veil of secrecy exists right up until it's broken. If such a group's intentions were nefarious, we'd never have knowledge of said intentions until it was too late, really. In that case then, let's hope they just want to seize control of the planet under one unified government, take control of all the banks, rather than consume us all into a writhing mass of flesh. Actually, now I've said it, I'm not sure which one's worse. Well, unfortunately folks, that's all we've got time for in today's video. Cheers for sticking around all the way to the end. If you're a fan of this video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up and speak your mind in the comment section down below. If you'd like to carry on with your questioning binge, please feel free to hit that playlist floating shortly above. As per usual, I've been your host Jack Finch, you've been watching Life's Biggest Questions, and until next time, you take it easy.